Coach, not the way you wanted things to end. Obviously, first time now, back-to-back losses in the season. What's the message been like to your team so far?
That's what we said as soon as we lost on Saturday, is they were going to see what we're made of. It's the first time we've gone through losing multiple games in a row now. So, it's the toughest trip for us in the league because we're playing two of the best teams back-to-back in Lubbock and WT. We were fortunate enough to get them at our place, so it at least got us the split on the season. So, the encouraging thing is our guys know we can beat them. And, if we can play with them, then we can play with anybody else in the league. So, our big thing is getting back to the basics and doing the things that we did that caused wins, because I think we got away from that. And, we had been trying to address some of those things before we took our first loss. You just kind of felt it was coming because we were slipping on some of our details. I thought Western New Mexico should have beat us in here, and we were fortunate enough to come away with that game. Same thing with Eastern New Mexico before that, and same thing with Permian Basin before that. So, we've just been skating by, winning tight games like that, and, eventually it caught up with us over the weekend. But, our guys battled all weekend. Lubbock, we were down 1 with a minute to go, and lost a heartbreaker over there in Lubbock. And then, I give us a lot of credit because we withstood a flurry of threes to open the game against West Texas. And our guys could have quit at that stage because they opened 8 for 10 from 3, and we dug ourselves a big hole. And right off the bat, we opened up with a 10-2 run in the second half. So there's still a lot of fight left, in our team, and we're just going to try to encourage going back to what we were doing before we went out to West Texas over the weekend to play those 2 games.
And then obviously a new slate, against Cameron and Midwestern State, 2 teams that you guys beat back in January. How are you hoping to kind of bounce back and have adversity with these guys?
Our biggest thing is clean up us first. We're a half game out of first place right now. And I don't know if anyone besides us in the locker room thought we'd be here right now competing for a conference championship. And our guys know that that's still in play for us. But we have to handle us first. It's not going to be what other teams do. It's going to be, what do we decide to be these last 2.5 weeks? And, it's awesome that we're in this position right now in February because we're playing meaningful basketball in February. And that's a credit to the things our guys have done over the year to get us to this point. I know that they were really discouraged losing those 2 games over the weekend, and that's probably, to me, the benefit of seeing that in the locker room is how much they cared about losing that, because they know what's at stake right now. They're so close, and they can see it, and they can taste it, and it's right there. Okay, so what are we going to do to get us back to that again and playing that kind of basketball again? Because it's still right there for us, and that's really what this week's going to be about more than anything else, is just finding our groove again and getting back to cleaning us up. And if we do that, and we start the game on Thursday against Cameron like that, then I think we're going to be okay. But it's really going to be is, do we make the changes we need to over the course of this week before we play these 2 games?
On the season, you guys gave up about 68 points per game, but in your last 5 out of your last 6, rather, you've given up at least 68 or more. What do you think are some things you can do to kind of improve as a defensive unit as we wrap the season up?
Well, we've still been pretty good defensively. We're still second in the league in field goal percent defense. We've made some errors there at the end. We fouled at the end of West Texas, which gave them some additional points there. But, Lubbock Christian, which is one of the best offensive teams percentage-wise in the league, we held them to 67 points. And, that's a game we expect to win if we hold a team to 67. So, it's tightening up a few things. But my biggest concern has been our offense. Our assists have gone down. We had a great stretch of games where we had 15 or more assists, I think 5 out of 6 games. And then we haven't gotten near that in the last 4 games now. And so for us, it's getting back to sharing the ball and moving the ball. And I think once we get that energy again on the offensive end, it continues to bleed into our defense, because we've done a great job on that end all year. But it's hard to keep playing defense when you're never scoring, or when your scoring starts slowing down. And so for me, it's been a bigger focus of, hey, how can we get back offensively to where we've been at? Because I think that'll give us the juice we need to on the defensive end.